How's it going, everyone? I hope you had a very pleasant, happy, and safe New Year's. Man, it's been a while since I made a video like this. Maybe it was for the better, because those first couple videos weren't that good. They weren't that good. But it's a new year. It's 2017. New year, hashtag new you. But first, I want to give my regards to everyone that helped out in Extra Life last year. Thankfully, Lucas and I were able to finish all of the Master Chief Collection before New Year's, and that was pretty awesome. So, thanks to everyone that made a donation to that campaign. It was a lot of fun, really challenging, kind of frustrating at times, both gameplay-wise and software-wise, because sometimes my streaming software straight up wouldn't work. But I do plan on taking steps to make sure that the situation in terms of streaming will be greatly improved in the coming year. Now, unfortunately, Lucas won't be able to follow up again this year with me because he's going to go to a med program in the fall. So he's gonna disappear for the next few years and try to improve the world health-wise. So good for him. My holidays were pretty mellow. We just kind of hung out, spent time with family. It was pretty relaxing considering how intense the streaming schedule was in the past few months. Kind of also why I haven't been streaming much, because I don't really have a game to play, really. I did get Forza Horizon 3 for Christmas, and instead of streaming it, I just completely blew through it in like 4 or 5 days, kind of like a madman. And as of right now, I pretty much have almost everything done beyond like the really grindy stuff, like taking photos of all the cars and like doing all the races and stuff like that. I probably won't be streaming it because I've already pretty much done all that needs to be done, and I don't really do online races all that much, so I'm probably gonna move on to something else. It was a pretty fun game though. It was a nice little distraction for a few days. So I was originally planning on making an update video sooner, instead of like in the middle of January and stuff like that, but my computer decided to not function properly for some reason. I tried to capture some gameplay of Halo 5 because there's clearly not enough Halo on my YouTube channel, but for whatever reason, my capture software for the capture card that I own decided to completely crash my computer multiple times, basically meaning that it will not work ever again on my computer. And I tried to figure out what the problem was with it, and I learned that my capture software is no longer supported on Windows 7, so basically I'm SOL. As much as that really sucks, it also stands as a reminder that I really need to just straight up build a tower, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a while but never really had the funds, and hopefully I'll be able to save enough to build one within the next few months. Hopefully one that'll have an onboard capture card so I can actually integrate Discord chat or GameSpeak without having to tweak any settings or stuff like that. And even better, might actually be able to stream at 60 frames per second, even though you guys won't be able to see it because only partners are actually able to allow that to happen. And with a newly built PC comes the opportunity to play and maybe even stream actual PC games. I've kind of been playing a little bit of Paladin's Champions of the Realm off stream with some friends of mine. If my PC build actually allows me to capture and stream directly from the computer, I might be able to do a little bit of that. I actually haven't played it in a while because setting it up was kind of more of a hassle than like playing a console game, but if I do have a built PC, I'll definitely play more of that more often, for sure. And then there's Overwatch as well, which strangely enough I might end up streaming more on console than PC because a bunch of my friends actually do play it on console very frequently, which is kind of shocking because a shooter like that has the largest player base most likely on PC is doing pretty well in terms of consoles, what with like the capped frame rate and the inferior controls, inferior aiming, all that fun stuff. But of course, almost all that's up in the air because something might end up coming up where I'll need to use my PC budget to pay for something else that's much more necessary in my life. Hopefully that won't happen because that's happened multiple times in the past. I've definitely tried really hard to make sure that the money I have set aside will not have to be used for anything else. And hopefully it stays that way. But one thing I can absolutely guarantee, Mass Effect Andromeda. As of right now, it's slated for release in March of this year. And I'm definitely going to play that. I'm probably going to stream it. I don't know if I'm going to stream the story too much. I mean, I'm definitely going to play the story. I don't know if that will be all too interesting of a stream to watch. I guess I can try and make a separate save file from my personal one and have you guys make decisions for me. And I know I'm probably in the minority of this, but I really will probably play this mostly for the multiplayer, because back in the days of Mass Effect 3, I was an absolute freak for the multiplayer. Unfortunately, the RNG system did not allow me to unlock absolutely everything that I wanted to unlock, but my time playing that game was an absolute blast, and I still miss it to this day. And being able to go back to it, with some of the improvements that they were talking about, like added difficulties and higher rewards for those said difficulties, is something that I definitely want to dive into, and I'm probably going to stick with that for a really long time. And lastly, I know it's kind of like really early in the year to be talking about this, but I have re-enrolled in Extra Life this year. I have zero idea what I'm going to do in terms of a campaign, even more so what I'm even going to do for stream day this coming November, but I will definitely let you guys know. It could be Mass Effect related, it could be some sort of shooter marathon, we could probably do a Paladins marathon with some of my friends. It could even be like a Return to Titanfall sort of stream, which, if you guys were there for game day last year, did not end well. Go figure that playing Titanfall by yourself would not be fun, but I will certainly let you guys know. And I'll include the link to my donation page if you guys actually wanted to make a contribution now. It's not totally necessary. I'm not going to, like, strong arm you guys to, like, give me money to help children in need or stuff like that. But it's always really appreciated. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, you could follow all my social media stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow my Twitch. Do all that stuff. All the links are going to be in the description below. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time, either live on Twitch or maybe even on here. Who knows?